On today's show, 2 new ideas I want you to steal. I'm Jeremy Fisher. This is The Awakening. I'd like to ask you a question that might seem obvious. What does Amazon sell that ultimately led to their success? Your answer might be cloud storage with their AWS suite. That certainly makes up a big percentage of their profits, but lots of people other than Amazon also sell cloud storage. Your answer might be products, which is certainly something they sell a lot of. But lots of other websites sold products online with Amazon before they became big. Your answer might even be everything, which is something they're hoping people think. I'd like to venture a response you might not have thought about. The thing that Amazon sells better than anyone else is convenience. They were the first online company to provide an experience where you spent less time shopping, less time in the line to buy, and less time waiting for your product to be shipped to your door. Amazon sells convenience better than just about anyone, which is why they're used by just about everyone. Now, why is that important to you and me? Because there is massive, massive opportunity for you and me to sell convenience. Time is one of the few non-renewable resources. Once a moment has passed, it won't ever return. That's not the case with things like money. You can always go earn more money, but there's no way we know of to earn more time. We can, however, save time by shopping at places that increase our convenience. If you can find a way to save people time, they will be willing to buy from you over anyone else. Let's talk about practical examples with 2 ideas I want you to steal from me. I know you know what terms and conditions are. You've probably had to agree to countless terms and conditions over the course of your life. Websites, apps, subscriptions, they all have terms and conditions that you have to agree to in order to use the product or service. But who actually reads the terms and conditions? Nearly no one. In fact, Apple has been known to sneak in Star Wars references into their terms and conditions just because they know no one reads them. Why is that? Well, for one thing, the legal jargon that terms and conditions uses would bore anyone to sleep. But the biggest reason is that none of us want to spend our important time reading thousands of lines of terms and conditions. There is, however, a growing need to understand what we're signing up for when we use a product or service. More and more, we're learning of the privacy issues that come along with using everyday services like Facebook, Google, Microsoft. This creates a conflict. People need to know what's in the terms and conditions they're signing up for, but they don't have the time to read them. So what does the world need now more than ever? A Cliff Notes for common terms and conditions. You could start a service that provides highlights, the TLDR, or too long didn't read, Cliff Notes, or whatever you want to call it, that would let you know what important terms and conditions live in all of the major services. You could build out an app, a website, a browser plugin, or any convenient-to-use product that would analyze terms and conditions for all major companies and produce a Cliff Notes version normal people like you and I could read. If it's a browser plugin, it'll automatically be an option when you go to a website. If it's an app, maybe you can sort by brand names. This could be a service that people would pay for, or you could go the open source route like Wikipedia. The way you set it up depends on what you're the most comfortable with, but the core idea is this. You'd be providing a product or service that would save your customers a ton of time. It would make things so much more convenient for them. And that's why the idea could work. How about providing a service that saves time in the world of podcasting? Now, you could do this with any media, but I'm using podcasting as an example because, well, I'm familiar with it. There are millions and millions of podcasts, But it seems like there's no way to catch up on all the most popular ones because that can take many hours. It's one of the reasons why many of the episodes I release of this show are short. I want you to at least be able to hear a little bit if you've got a little bit of time. But since there's no way to catch up on all the great podcasts that are out there, wouldn't it be nice if there was a TLDR, Too Long Didn't Read, that gave a 2-minute summary on all the week's most popular shows? You could even host a podcast called Too Long Didn't Listen that provides a very short summary of the popular podcasts through the week. Or if you aren't interested in hosting a podcast, you could provide a daily Too Long Didn't Listen blog post or email summary that goes to email subscribers that provides the cliff notes of popular podcasts. Basically, you'll be summarizing a lot of hours of podcasts into something that could be read within 5 or 10 minutes. The delivery method that you use can be thought out, but the basic concept is to come up with a way to make summaries of podcasts so people can get caught up without spending the time needed to listen. Once again, you'll be providing a great product or service that will provide convenience and save people time. If you really think about it, convenience is the number one currency of our generation. If you want to know what people would be willing to pay for, think about how convenience plays a role. People like Tinder because it's convenient to swipe through lots of potential dates in one sitting. People like Twitter because it's a very convenient way to share thoughts. People like Uber because it's a convenient way to get a ride. McDonald's, Airbnb, Apple. Name a company that sells a product or service to millions of people, and if you think about it, you're going to come to the same conclusion. In one way or another, these companies sell convenience. So here's the takeaway. Are you looking for a side hustle idea? Are you looking for a business idea, a startup idea? Are you looking for a creative way to make your current hustle stand out from the competition? Think about the problem of inconvenience in your niche, and then be the person that solves that problem. That's it for today's show. If you're an email subscriber of theawakening.com, you're going to be getting an exciting private invitation soon. Something big is here. If opportunity doesn't come knocking, let's build a door.